Hello all, Todd here with a new video where I go over my second story, Devil and the Distractions. And one of the inspirations for it, which will be later on in the video. But the main thing is, it was a jab at social media and all these influencers, and I think we're changing the tide as a society on how much reverence we give these figures, how much stock we put in them, because we're seeing a lot of things come out, a lot of things that are not good. They're hard to deny, and I can go a few of them right now, but I'm not going to, maybe on another video. But the main thing is, people are getting sick of the inauthenticity, the chance to be relatable and all that, and they're failing at it miserably. And it's not me being jealous or anything, I'm just pointing it out that I think a lot of us are done. That's why I think real content or something approaching real is coming out here. And the second one was just playing with the idea, like an Eldritch Lovecraftian turn on it. There's something deeper, something darker, something insidious. You see, insidiousness affects and corrupts the innocent. Okay? That's what that story was getting at. And how what we do for fame and, power. And how it's really no different from making a deal with the devil or other entities. And I use it, this is mainly as a ledger or a log, something to practice my creativity on, get my message out. I'm not expecting to become anything more than that. This is just a hobby to me, as I think it is for a lot of people. I do like to connect my audiences, like to have new ones, and I hope we can grow together. That being said, though, yeah, I think social media is just losing its shimmer, losing a little bit of that shine off the shoulders, because people are valuing outside more, valuing more interaction that's real, not behind a filter or anything else. It's just fascinating to me how we're all changing it up. And I'm trying to go with the flow. I never really used social media. And one of the main reasons of that was some of my favorite movies of all time, another horror movie, They Live by John Carpenter, which is more relevant today, nearly 30 years past, than it was back then. It starred Rowdy Roddy Piper, wrestler, good actor, funny, great timing, and really sold as being, the working man or the working class, the underdog, going against the establishment a lot, being a blue-collar handyman that traveled to job. It also starred one of my favorite actors of all time, and I'll admit it, it's when I fell in love with him, Keith David, which they keep putting Keith David in things, I'm gonna keep watching him just for him, straight up. He's that good. Animated, singing, live action. Great star. But anyway, it challenged the idea of consumerism, modernity, society, and the movie did a real good social commentary without being too preachy and actually type problems that matter, not made up ones that we make up as we go these days if I've learned anything. And it just goes to show it goes to show that he didn't see the future, he just knew people really well. That's how a lot of these science fiction horror writers go. We didn't see the future, we just know people now and forever, because human nature really doesn't change that much. Really at all, really. And it just goes to show that he was right. And how he used the lens of horror, science fiction, that it kind of had a Lovecraftian vibe to itself, too. There's something above humanity, something above us, looking down, trying to sell us stuff, trying to make us consume, which I think is a big problem with AI. It really doesn't give you a choice. So I believe people should be able to create and conquer, but all AI wants to make you do is consume. They don't want room for other people's ideas, and I think it's a big problem in the tech industry. A lot of yes men. I think yes men sink ships, not loose lips. And the movie really went deep in that fact, who's the real monster, who's the real hero. 'Cause I saw the main character is more of an anti-hero. And not anti that he used brutal methods if he did, but just anti-establishment, because that's what a lot of movies push, is anti-establishment rhetoric for a long time. I can't count how many times, the character went AWOL or some new revelation came to pass, and just it's a really big trope even today that people go out on their own and want to be independent. And I've always wondered about that. Is it reverse psychology, paradox conditioning, And this movie really did show a lot of that. But anyway, my story was just maybe leading to bigger things. Like I thought about writing a horror novel based on it. It's a little tighter, with a detective or some other profession that shows that they need to learn about the truth and get there any way possible. Because I think a lot of people don't trust journalism this day or news. We more focus on what we get behind the screen, because it's hard when they've been shown to lie so many times. I think the goodwill, the innocence, all that is just past, where no, you're not reporting the news, you are making a narrative. Again, which the movie did, of being consumers and having subconscious things. They use sunglasses, as all things, to see past it, the vision, the truth, the sight. Something deeper. It's like Odin, with one eye. Maybe with one eye you gain vision finally, which is something humans have problems with since time immemorial. And yeah, where's it all going? What's it all going to end to? Because again, I don't like people using AI as like the boogeyman or a justification for letting people go, but I think we're soon going to find out, if AI is a parlor trick or paramount to our survival. And it's useful. I've started using it. I've started looking at marketing stuff because I really don't like marketing. And I'm trying to make sure I have my own special flavor in there, my own special flair. Have a recipe everybody knows, but add my specialness to it, my special way of doing things. All it takes is a pinch of something different, than somebody else, or a dash of this, and that can completely change the recipe to something else. And that's what I try to do. Not to be a contrarian or a hipster, but just to make my imprint on it, for better or worse. Unless that wasn't the goal. But I always try to own some. My motto is, I always need to express myself, because I don't know when I'll have time to do it again. You never know. Life's too short not to express yourself. And yeah, I recommend it. So yeah, this is my second story, my tip to horror, and I'm going to bring more to you. Again, I'll probably follow the whole blackout screen and try to go from there and just see how we're doing, okay? So thank you, like, share, and subscribe. Have a nice day.